The U.S. Coast Guard has called off the search in Canon Beach for a possible missing vessel. The search started last night after some people spotted multiple flares being fired over the ocean. But so far, the Coast Guard hasn't found anything. Celine Stevens is live at Canon Beach with the very latest. Celine?
Tim, right. So around 10 a.m., the Coast Guard announced that they called off the search after what they initially thought was boat debris turned out to just be general garbage, and no other signs of distress were noted. I spoke with the Coast Guard this morning about protocol in situations like this, as well as other people in the area who watched it all unfold.
Well, if that was my family or my friends out there, I would certainly want all hands on deck, so better be safe than sorry.
Thursday evening, the U.S. Coast Guard got a report of 4 to 5 orange flares that were seen from someone at a hotel. The flares reportedly in the water about 2 miles off Canon Beach near Ecola State Park.
At that time, we assumed the distress phase for a search and rescue incident, and our team sent out a helicopter as well as small boats from a small boat, motor lifeboat from Coast Guard Station Tillamook Bay.
Lieutenant Chris Butters with U.S. Coast Guard District 13 tells me they also brought in an aircraft from Sacramento, California, and another boat from Station Cape Disappointment, catching the eye of many in the area.
Heard the helicopter, pretty distinctive sound, the Coast Guard helicopter, and we saw it flying pretty slow out over the water and with spotlight on.
So I was in our hotel room just overlooking the beach on the second story, and I just looked out the window and I saw a couple of large boats with a lot of lights right around 9, maybe 9:30 last night.
Around midnight, Butters say they found what they initially thought was boat debris in the water, but turned out to be garbage.
Yeah, I just saw helicopters flying around, or at least one, and then some boats that had searchlights on them.
Yeah, I guess they don't really have any choice but to go and check. How else would they validate whether it was true or not?
No boat was reported missing in the area, and around 10:30 Friday morning, they suspended the search pending any further developments. The thought of a potential sunken boat had many worried initially.
You just worry about the families. You see them one day and they might be gone the next. It's sad. It's real sad. It's just the reality of the ocean.
This coming a week after a vessel in Westport, Washington, did capsize with Captain John Stevenson still on board, who is now feared dead. Butters saying, even though this time it turned out that all appears to be well, you should always report a flare sighting.
So again, we always ask people, if you do see something, always call out of precaution. We'd much rather be safe about the situation.
Lieutenant Butters also says that taking a video of what you see can also help them with their search efforts. Now, he also says tomorrow starts National Safe Boating Week and reminds everyone to always wear a life jacket, have emergency communication devices, and also file a float plan, which involves telling a trusted person where you're going and when you'll be back. Tim?
Celine Stevens, thanks very much.